Sponsorship spending on music tours, venues, and festivals is expected to total $1.4 billion in 2015, up 4.8% from 2014. Spending on sponsorships is largely driven by two factors: continued interest in national music festivals and a growing appetite for regional music festivals, some of which have secured significant deals with national brands. As a music lawyer, I frequently get asked, how do I get sponsorship? Or how do I get an endorsement? The best way to try to succeed with sponsorships is to change our mindset with sponsorships. Sponsors don't really care about what they can do for you. In reality, they care about what you can do for them, or rather, what you can do together. So from the beginning, you have to switch the mentality from what can I gain from this to what can we gain from this relationship. Here's a couple of suggestions. First, ask straight up. The saying is, the answer is always no until you ask. In the music industry, there are three kinds of people: those who make things happen, those who wait for things to happen, and those who wonder what the hell just happened. Don't just wait for an opportunity. Create it by initiating contact, networking, or asking the right questions that will get you a lead or information on how to get a sponsor. Don't be afraid in emailing, calling, or scheduling an appointment to do an in-person presentation on why a brand should sponsor you. Second, don't ask for too much too soon. When you first write to someone, you'll find that it's easier to get 15 minutes of their time rather than getting $15,000. Begin by asking for small things where you can, and also provide them with some kind of value first. In other words, give them a specific compelling reason to return your call so that you can build a relationship, so eventually you can both feel comfortable discussing larger proposals. Third, don't talk too much about yourself. 90% of your communication with your sponsors should be about their company, brand, or organization, and what you can bring to the partnership. Before you begin pitching ideas to the sponsors, get them to talk about their goals, their audience, and what they want to accomplish. If your ideas are based on their goals, you'll be much more effective than if you just sent a general proposal asking for money in exchange for logo placement. And lastly, try untapped industries. Getting sponsors leads you to find other sponsors. Typically, if the sponsor you're working with is happy, they'll refer you to other companies to you. To get your start, try companies with less competition. For example, try local businesses that you already frequent and see if they will be willing to do some cross-promotional marketing. Also, smaller music instrument companies are often less competitive compared to the big brands you see at Guitar Center. Remember, one of the top reasons why your request for sponsorship can get rejected is because the sponsors don't know who you are. So take the time to develop those relationships. You wouldn't propose to someone before at least asking for a first date, just as you usually wouldn't ask somebody to risk investing time and money into your career without talking to them first. Learn how to pitch your brand to entice them. Give them a reason to want more and to hear your story. After that, you can begin talking about a sponsorship. Be memorable, stand out from the crowd, know your fans, and don't be afraid to ask.